Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be walking you through what I'm sort of expecting from you guys for your project ones, um, and kind of showing you some things to get you started and where I want you to kind of go. So first, I've loaded up my milestone one and I've already saved it as project one. That should be your first step because you're going to be able to use your your milestone one for this project. All right. So then using the prompt, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating a series of spaces here. So right now, as you remember from milestone one, I have just sort of fairly basic structure going on here. And so the first thing that we're going to do is we're actually going to set up some new walls. So we have these basic exterior walls. I told you to just do exterior wall one, and we'd work with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to duplicate these two more times. So I'm going to have exterior wall 2, duplicate it again, exterior wall 3, and then I'm going to hit OK, just so that it kind of saves them there, and now I can see that I have 1, 2, and 3 here in my list. So next I'm going to go in, edit type, and I'm going to see what I've got for these exterior finishes. So I'm going to check this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm probably just going to choose, so right now I have that wood siding, so I'll choose a different wood siding for my exterior wall 2. And for this, I'm just going to go in here, I'm going to duplicate this one. Do that, and then we'll call this exterior 2, and then we'll go to the material browser and we'll choose a different siding in here. Why is that not coming up? Let's do clapboards for that one and apply it. It's not going, or is it just not up? Okay, that's there. And then we'll apply that and hit OK on that. OK and OK. And then we'll come here to wall 3 and we'll kind of repeat that same process. So I'll go in here, we'll choose, or let's just create a new one, and in this case rename exterior wall 3. Okay, and this one, or oops, let's rename it and keep it consistent. And then let's say this has tile. We got any tile? You know what? Shingle. We can do shingle walls. That's always fun. Do we? No, let's do this right here. Okay, do this beechwood. Alright, so we've got 3 different exterior styles, and then I'm going to go to the gypsum wallboard here as well. And so with this one, we're going to create just different surfaces. So I'm going to duplicate that one, and we're going to call this interior 1. And I'm just going to call it red so I can keep track of that. And then we're actually going to dump the image on here. I don't want to deal with this gypsum because we're going to have to change the color anyway. So I'm going to click on this little arrow right here, and I'm going to choose remove image, and then I'm going to choose the color right here, and we'll find a red color to make that. Apply it, and then I'm just going to duplicate this again. We'll call this one green, interior 1 green, change the color, and then we'll duplicate this one again, and this one will be interior 3 blue, and obviously we will make it blue. Okay, so we have those 3 interior surfaces right there. So we'll just wrap this up. So I've got interior 3 with that surface. I'll go to interior or exterior wall 2, and I'll match this one up with interior wall 2. Okay, so 2, 2, 2. Apply that, and then we'll change to exterior wall 1 here, and do interior 1. So now we have 3 separate interior-exterior wall combinations, which is what I'm looking for in this project. And so from here, I'm going to really quickly grab all the walls that I have right now. So I'm just going to select this, right-click, do select all instances in entire project. And that'll grab all the walls that I currently have. We're going to call all of these, I think I just chose exterior wall 1 right there. Yeah, okay. So we've got that. Let me change this to, oh, you know what I didn't do? Is I didn't tell the exteriors to take the render appearance. So we'll check all these real quick while we're here. And we'll grab the interior ones as well. Okay, and then just double check, make sure this gets switched back to 1. Okay. That way we can kind of visually see what's going on with these surfaces right here. Why is this red on red? Oops, because I did the wrong exterior. That's how easy it is to screw up sometimes. Okay, exterior 1. That's why having those color identifications helps. Okay, so now visually I can see I have a red interior on this, and I have this tannish color exterior. So now we can actually just start building, and I'm going to do kind of the first 2 floors. Actually, let's build the levels too. So we'll go to view. We will go, actually let's go to exterior elevation. Grab level 2. Control C, Control V is what I did right there. And we're going to make a couple more levels here so that we have the appropriate number. So this is going to go up to 6 levels. I'm going to type this because it's getting tedious. And then this one will be 40. Oh no, 50? Okay, I must have accidentally hit the right key there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 levels that we can put things on here, and then I'm just going to select these and drag that up right there so that we have everything up nice and high. Alright, so what we're going to be doing is building a series of these 10 by 10 by 10 spaces, so it's 10 by 10 by 10 vertically. And then anytime you have an overhang, you can connect them together the way that we did in this. So we're just going to start building. So I'm going to go to my level 1, and I think the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build another exterior wall right here. And let me see, that got mad at me for some reason. I think it had to do with this being Revit. What's there? Oh, that's there. Okay. In this case, I just need to make sure that these don't go up to level 2. So we're just going to set in our top constraint right there. This, because of the way it is, can actually, this wall right here was throwing that error. So it got mad at me. It was trying to connect in here, but it got mad because of this little wall section. So I can delete that, and then I can reconnect these. So sometimes if you are adding new things in there, it's going to get mad at you for Revit reasons. Actually, I'm going to have to do some more work. I think that one's playing nice. Let's see how it does. Let's just drag this. Let's go to our level 2 actually. And just drag this a little bit back so it goes flush right there. And that should prevent any potential other problems from popping up. It's just a quirk of Revit when you have different floors coming in at slightly different angles. And then I'm going to leave that space. What I kind of like doing, just the way I like working, is I'm going to throw in all my doors or all my walls all in at once. So I've got that one right there. Let me hop up to, actually let's throw in one more wall here since we've got it. So I'm going to put this wall right here. and I went the wrong way there, so we'll come in and put it this way. And then now that I have this, I'm just going to do one quick check, and you can see here that that wall's not facing the correct direction. I could see that, or I guesstimated it was not going to be facing the right way in the plan view. So just as I'm working, I'm error checking myself, making sure that I don't put anything on the wrong level. So we've got those, and then we'll go up to level 2 here, and I'm going to keep working. So you're going to have 3 of these little rooms on each level. So on the ground floor, just to show it, I had 1, 2, 3 in here, and then I'm going to have 1 right here. Maybe I'll put, we got 1. Let's keep this one going up. So we'll do 1 right here. And then, oh, did I go? I went way past. Architecture. I had to jump out of the tool real quick. So there we go, and then we'll do 1 more over here. So I'm probably gonna have to slightly move the stairs back. You guys will probably at some point have to adjust something you did in the previous demo, which is fine. It's Revit. It's fine. It plays nice with that usually. So, alright, I've got those, and then again, I'm just going to go in here, select these. I'm going to change them to exterior wall 2 because you're going to want to cycle through different exterior wall types that combos that you have. And then because these are on level 2 for the base, I'm going to set the top constraint to level 3 on these. And just do a quick double check, make sure that they have all the different surfaces that they need. And then we'll take this set of stairs and we'll go to our level 2 because we can actually see what's going on up here from there. And we'll just drag it over, and then I'm holding shift while I'm doing this. I'm just gonna drag it back until it's pretty close, and then if you can see that little gap right there, I'm just gonna use the left and right arrows on the keyboard to kind of bump that into the right spot, just to make sure it's where it should be. And that looks pretty good. Now you guys are going to be doing a bit more than what I just did here, obviously. I'm going to continue working while I'm talking though. So while you're working on this, and I'm setting this to negative 0.5 inches, you're going to be doing a whole bunch more than I am in this video. So right now, I've only done kind of the top 2 levels on mine. Here I am just adjusting the way that this floor is drawn in. And then, as usual, don't attach. Because I've got rooms on here, I can actually edit this boundary for the floor and add additional floor areas here. And yeah, it's going to get mad at me. So I'm just adding these in because we need to have floors, obviously, for all of our rooms. And so then now I should be able to come in here and just kind of detach all these. So anyway, you're going to be doing this. You're just going to be doing more of what I'm showing you guys in the demo, right? So once I kind of get this to a stopping place, I'm going to... Oh, here's a good error. Sometimes you need to have lines that are in a closed area, and in this case I didn't quite draw this one lined up, so Revit's going to give me an error. You can see that the highlighted lines are open on one end. If you click show, it will highlight and center on it any errors that you have, so it's got these 2 little dots. The issue here, I can click continue, and then I can just click on this and I can just drag it right into position where it goes, and that should fix that error on that. So you guys are going to be doing more of what I just did right here. That's all you're going to be doing for this project. So right here you see I have 3 on the ground, 3 in this level. You'll do 2 more, or rather 3 more levels, so you'll have a 5 by, you'll have, what is it, 3 by, you'll have 15 units somewhere in this 5 by 5 by 5 grid, and just kind of make them look nice. Now, The next step you need to check on when you're working on this project is the bottoms here. All right. So see how this is the floor for this room up here. Well, I can't just have that exposed. So I need to actually take this and pull these down. So I'm going to select these three sections of wall right here. And I'm going to change the base offset to -2 feet. And when I move the mouse out, you can see that it actually lines up right there. I'm going to do the same thing over here. So I'm going to choose 1, 2, and 3. And again, I'm going to change the base offset to -2 feet. And then this one is good because it's all going into this other one, so I don't have to worry about that one. Next, we'll deal with the ceilings. So again, let me go to, actually, let's turn this, let's go to multi-view here and just tile this out. And we'll combine level 1 and level 2 up here. Something else I want to do is, let's do a new 3D view. So I just went into the same menu, and let's see if I can rename this one to standard, and then see if it'll generate me a new 3D view. And this one I'm going to rename to, what do we call this, wireframe, because I want to track, not just, I want to keep track visually of what's going on in here, but I also want to have a wireframe of what's going on. Where is it? There we go. Of what's going on as far as which rooms do and don't have things they need. So I'm going to change this to fine, wireframe, and that'll let me kind of keep an eye on where I'm putting walls and floors and ceilings and everything. So if I turn it this way, I can see that I can identify a ceiling right in here, but not in a lot of these other rooms. So let's go back to our level 1. And again, we'll put ceilings in here. And if it gives me that error, so that one's fine, that one's fine, but that one where it tells me there's identical surf instances in the same place, that I need to watch out for and correct if I see it. So I just did Control Z there, and just double check there's 1 and there's 2 that I created. If I go to level 2, we'll do the same thing. So again, I know I have 1, 2, and 3 rooms here. So I'll do ceiling, ceiling, ceiling. And then the last thing I need to check on is that these rooms right here need to have floor or ceilings on the bottom of them. So I'm going to go back into, and this is a little bit tricky. Let's see, we need to go into this one. This one was right here. This one's over here. So I'm going to go, just knowing that I've got that going on, I can go into my level 2, start drawing a ceiling, and then set the level to it for level 1 while I'm drawing. And that should let me draw it here with no issues. Oh, let's change to a rectangle tool. So we'll go from here to here. And technically this should probably be pulled out to there because there's a wall. So I'm just keeping an eye. There's everything that's going on there. If I hit the green check mark, it may have drawn it up to the wrong level still. Is it there? I can't tell. Yeah, it's right there. Compound ceiling, ceiling 1. Why is this so dark? Oh, it's because I'm in, what is this, consistent colors? There we go. Okay. So I can see that that ceiling section is right there, and then I'm going to also drop this down to 7 foot, 11.5 inches, just so that it gets rid of some of that visual glitch. And there we go. So I have a ceiling covering under there, just like I have the ceiling covering under here. We already have the interior of both these rooms, and then I need to do this one over here. So again, I'll go to level 2. I will start drawing a ceiling. I will switch it from level 2 to level 1. And then we'll do sketch, rectangle. I'll get the intersection right there. The intersection right there. And just to point out something very specific about what I did there. Did this go? Yeah, this one went to the wrong one. Let's see if I can grab it. Level 1. Nope, wrong one. That one. Okay. Change this to level 1. And then height to 7 foot 11.5 inches. So this is kind of what you guys are going to be doing for this whole thing. All your buildings or all your rooms need to connect to the ground floor. So as you're building, think of sort of how that layout's going to work. Prepare what you need to prepare in order to do that. Maybe just think of a design. I included 2 examples for you guys to work off of in the handout, the Kowloon Walled City and Habitat 67. They're both interesting architectural structures, and they're a great reference for this project. Oh, we never actually did the other thing. So let's go to View, Plan Views, Floor Plan, and I'm going to generate new floor plan views for all of these at the same time. If you want as well, you can, just to get used to it, do the same for reflected ceiling plans. They aren't going to be as useful in this project, but it never hurts to have them. So I'm going to go to level 2, and then we'll also load up level 3 as well, so I can close these level 6s. Alright, on my level 3, with all the new levels you generate, you're going to have to configure, again, the underlay. So I'm at graphics here. If I scroll down a little bit, there's underlay, base range level. We're going to change this to level 2 so that I know where I am on my level 3 by just visualizing what's down below. For my level 2, I'm going to go in here and I'm actually going to create a new set of stairs. So like we did in the previous video, I'm going to do stair. This one's actually going to start on the left side. I'll go up to a certain distance and then we'll do a landing again. So this one's going to be run left. I'm going to start it kind of right here. I'm going to go up to about there. And then, oh yeah, we'll keep it on run left. And then, oh no, actually we'll switch to run right. This one, yeah, because I don't think I would have enough space. So we'll make just a U-shaped staircase right there. I'll hit the green check mark. And now we have sort of a set of stairs to go up to the 3rd level. And then now on the 3rd level, I'm going to throw in some floors. So I need to, again, I need to cover the tops of these 3 rooms. I need to leave this space open. And then, so I'll probably just cover this same pattern right here with floor. So let's do right there to right there, right there, and just follow this around. Oops. So I hope you guys kind of get the idea and that this kind of illustrates what I'm looking for in this project. Try and stay as tight on this 10 by 10 grid that we set up in the previous lecture, because that's going to help you kind of keep everything organized, and very quickly you'll realize if you don't have everything lined up, you run into some issues here. Alright, so we've got that right there, don't attach. Now I just need to go through, adjust some of these walls. So I'm going to hit tab. I want to get this wall, which is right there. Nope, right there. And to do this, I'm just hovering over this. I'm hitting tab until it cycles to the right thing. Hold down control and click. And each of these, I just want to do the top offset to negative 0.5 inches. Again, it just kind of gets rid of that extra little bit of line right there. And then here we need to cover up the gaps in this floor. So again, I'll go to my level 2. And hold on, I got a mosquito. Alright, mosquitoes dealt with. Alright, so I have this little section of wall right here, so I'm going to grab this one right here. I'm going to grab this little handhold right here and I'm going to drag it across, and it's going to get really mad at me. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to click on the split tool right here, and I'm going to split this wall. Let's do right there and right there, and we'll just adjust these after the fact. So I have this wall section, I have this wall section. So now that I've got it here, I can drag this back. This one I can drag up, and then this is a little extra section I don't need, and we're just kind of separating these out. This will make more sense in a second. There we go. Alright, so I've got this section right here, and again, I need to do base offset 8 foot in order to get this to come up so I can cover this side right here. And then, let's see if I can go to level 3, and we'll just adjust these into the appropriate areas. And then, let's see. What's the overlap issue here? This wall just needs to come back down a tiny bit, and that should stop getting mad at me. Yeah, looks like we're good there. So then I'm going to repeat that same process. I've got to cover up this side right here, and I've got to cover up the spot in the stairwell there. So again, level 2. Actually, let's go to level 3, because there is another way you can do this too, and I might as well show you guys all the ways to do it. So again, we are working with, what is it, exterior wall 2 on this one. So from level 3, make sure I'm working with exterior wall 2, and then I'm going to go to this point right here. If that's off, something is off. This floor is off? Yeah, see, I already got my floor off. Okay. Right there. Yeah, see, I already have even something off. Don't attach. What is that? That looks like level 1's floor? Or sorry, level 2's floor. Yeah. Drew level 2's floor wrong already. So just as things get kind of adjusted and a little bit funky, you're going to want to watch out for stuff like this happening. Try and fix it when you see it, but just generally staying organized on this is going to help you a lot. So level 3, we're covering up this section right here. So one way that I've personally found is a little bit easier to do this on this project is to go into the floor above. We'll fix that wall too in a minute. And then work from above. So I'm drawing this floor up here, but what I'm actually going to do with it, and again we'll double check that it's facing the correct direction, is I'll select both these segments, I'll change it to base constraint of level 2, base offset 8 foot, top constraint level 3, yeah. And there we go. So sometimes that's a little bit of an easier way to put that in. So couldn't hurt giving that a little shot right there. And then we have this section up here as well. Let me double check this because this looks like this is off as well. What am I... Why am I not seeing some of my... Let me check this out. I'm not seeing some of my datum lines here on level 3. I need to figure out what I need to do there. Alright, thanks to Google, I just found the issue here. So I just have to click on these. If you're experiencing the same issue where the datum lines are not showing up on other floors, just select the ones that aren't showing up, right click on them, and choose Maximize 3D Extents, and those will get you visible here again. I don't know why it worked fine for these initially. Who knows? But that should help keep things more aligned here, because again, that's what we're looking for, is good alignment. So let me go back here. That's the datum line. I need to adjust this. here. Um, and what was that? Don't attach. So I'm just kind of error checking myself real quick to make sure that everything is still lined up. Yeah, is this wall not lined up? Okay. Alright, I'm just gonna have to check as I go because we got some other things to talk about while I'm doing this. So, let's keep going, but keep an eye on your stuff while you're working. Yeah, that one was off a little tiny bit. Um, so, yeah, we'll just keep going here. So, again, you guys will have to double check things. I would highly recommend kind of waiting until you're basically done with everything to throw in all of your floors and ceilings, because for you guys that will make it a lot easier to keep track of everything. All right, so we've done. Let's see, we have all the ceilings on the ground floor there, right there. Oh, we need to do the floors on the ground floor down here too. So level one. Um, let's go into here, and I'm going to drag this one up, and then I'm going to fill this one in right here. So I'm not overcomplicating it, just doing the existing floor. You can see it's in these three spots now. Check mark, and we're good to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch back to just an sort of an audioless play on this, and I will let it record while I build out the rest of the project, and then I will see you guys at the end of the project with some follow up. All right. Uh, Alright guys, so I'm actually going to pop back in at this point. I want to cover a couple things that I needed to cover while I was going through all this. So I'm pretty much done with most of the first part of this project. Couple things I still need to do is put in doors and windows and logos from the new families. But at various points I went through and I like checked the alignment just to make sure all my walls and things were lined up correctly. And one of the things I haven't done yet is I haven't set up the interior walls yet. So right here I have a exterior wall 1. What I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this and we're going to call this interior wall 1. And so I just need to make a couple changes to this. So I'm going to leave this finish right here. I'm going to delete these two sections right here. And then I'm going to change this side to also be interior 1 red. And then because this is a interior wall, this is going to be 3.5 inches for the thickness. And if we're going to get down to the details here, we need to choose the one that doesn't have the batt insulation. So those are the changes I'm going to make to this. So now you can see I'm at 4.5 inches instead of the previous, I think it was 6.5 inches. So this is our interior wall 1. I'm going to hit apply, okay, and that should update that wall right there. Now just going through, I'm going to check my level 2, just kind of give a glance around and make sure everything seems to line up real quick. Let's see, that looks right. And then go to level 3. And this is basically what I'm going to be checking on your projects when you guys turn them in. So couldn't hurt to do this and just give yourself a little bit of a checkup just to make sure everything's going on right. Everything looks fine there. Let's see, level 4. And again, I'm just looking to make sure everything's lined up. There were a couple points where I should probably mention this. I went around, let me grab a reflected ceiling plan. So a couple times I did follow the exterior side of one wall, and then when I went along here, you can see that I kind of followed here, got to the middle here of this open side, and then followed back up here. So there were a couple of things that I did along the way, just kind of keeping things clean. Alright, so level 5 was the other one that we needed to update as well. This one's still missing a floor too, I think. But I wanted to come in here and put this here. So these walls are exterior wall 2. So I'm going to duplicate this, and this will be interior wall 2. And then of course I'll do the same changes, so delete and delete. Change this to interior 2 green. Leave the thickness. Change that. And do 0.5 inches. No, 3.5 inches. Wrong one. Okay. Okay, apply, and okay. And oops, I did the wrong wall. Or I shouldn't have had that selected, rather. Let me make sure it's still in here. Interior wall 2. Okay. And again, replacing it as with everything else here on the wall center line. I'm just going to put it right there. So there's that wall. And then we just double check here. It looks like I'm missing the floors there. Oh, let's make sure this goes up to level 6. Okay. And then yeah, just kind of double check everything. Something I ended up doing later that saved me a bit of time was just taking this, doing select all instances, and doing the height offset for all the floors, and then similarly doing the same thing for these ceilings so that I could get them all set without having to kind of super tediously grab everything. But this is basically what I'm looking for in a finished product for it, or for a finished project for this project 1. So you can see I've got my ground floor, stairs come up to the level 2 here. This flight right here wraps around and gets you up to level 3. This flight gets you up to level 4, and this gets you up to 5. And then this one gets you up to the top. So you should be able to access all of your floors from the ground floor. And so yeah, at this point, alright, we were checking. We were checking ceilings, so we got ceilings. We don't have a floor in there, so yeah, we need floors on level 5. Actually, let's get this floor. We'll just update this in here. There we go. Oh, there we go. And I'm actually going to take these out and just use this to go right there. Okay. And then this one, I'm just going to drag all the way out here. Okay, that looks good for that. Obviously don't attach. So that's the whole process for building this. At this point I am basically just needing to put in all the doors and windows. So again, I'll kind of just go back to level 1 and repeat this process. So right now I'm just going to use the default ones that it came with and put in these doors, and then let's see what this window was. Fixed. Okay, 36 by 48. Cool, let's put one right here. Alright, there. Okay, and then level 2. This one, I'll load a family, so I'll load in another door family. Let's do residential. We'll get these big double doors. Only need one size, so I'm just going to do that. Let me get a quick reference to see where the door I'm looking at, or where this door is. Oh, let me turn this one to, okay. So on level 2, okay, we just need to see where to put these doors. So we'll put them right here, here, and then of course we can hit spacebar to flip them around. So they should be opening inside. Let's see, windows. We'll get another family here for windows. We'll load a couple of these in. And again, remembering that the outside should be towards the outside. So just double check when we place, make sure that those are in the correct position. And then we'll just move our way up. So I could just record another 5 minutes, but that's basically what you guys are going to be doing for this project. So that should cover everything. Hopefully that kind of helps you guys with the direction on how you should be doing this, and what I'm expecting of a finished product. Here you can see as well, I've got ceilings on all my ground floors. This area I probably didn't need to fill in, but I did anyways. So you might end up with a couple areas filled in that you don't need. If you want to do this different, for example, I could have had something that went up, looped around right here to go up to the third floor, or the the fifth floor. Just kind of play around with it, try this out. This is this is a project, but it's also an exercise in getting you guys to get used to the tools here. So yeah, just good luck with the project and have fun.